The Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. Scump, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is presented by USAA Insurance, auto, renters, and home insurance that's made to help the military community protect what they've worked hard for.
It's Friday, I think. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. Time to get our first match of the day underway. Atlanta FaZe taking on the Seattle Surge. But there we go, a big change in the Seattle Surge camp. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But first, let's look at Group B's standings so far. Again, both teams coming into this one looking to desperately turn the table around. I'd imagine is Seattle Surge trying to match them up with London there, but for FaZe trying to get to that top spot, and look at that, the potential. It's there for a real close nail biter in the group standings so far, but we're pumped to get into this one. My name is Miles Ross, and his name is Chance, and we are both very excited to get into this one. Chance, new look for Seattle Surge, going up against the most difficult opponent they could possibly ever have. How do you think it's going to go?
Oh, that is a tough call. Let me tell you, as good as it's going to be exciting to watch Homelander Decemate play for the first time in the CDL, or at least since last year, it's just a tough series to get into your first time. But hey, we have seen a ton of first time matchups for these new players. Think of Insight when he's dropping 18 to Miami. Think of HyDra, who also had to play Atlanta for the first time. There have been players that have had success and really set the tone for the team. I'm looking to Decemate to try to do the same.
Indeed, brother. We're going to have a fun day of games ahead of us. Again, Decemate, heavy burden falls upon that player. There is no doubt about it. But let's meet their opponents first and foremost. Let's get into this series, friends. Time to meet the Atlanta FaZe.
The game has turned on its head.
Run! Run! Get onto the point! Cellium finds himself two more. Oh, baby! Absolutely slayed. What a magnificent comeback from Atlanta.
There we go, the Atlanta FaZe. Chance, very excited to see how they perform today for Arcitys, Cellium, aBeZy, and Simp. Again, they don't really need an introduction, do they? Let's be honest, some of the household names here in the Call of Duty League world, but a very important matchup for them either way, because I think what we're going to be seeing today is a broadening of the pool, looking to make their map set as broad and as difficult to deal with as humanly possible. Chance, how are you feeling for FaZe today?
I'm feeling pretty good, in all honesty, right? They haven't had that same impact they had at the start of the year. They might not be quite as dominant, but they are still sitting incredibly comfortable at the top of the CDL points. This is one of the very few teams in the league that I think can afford to think long term, right? They don't have to treat every single match like it's their last because of the comfort spot that they built. Obviously, they still want the good seeding. Obviously, they're still going to come out trying to go full force, but they can be a little bit different. Think about things in a new way that the rest of the league can't quite do yet.
Let's see if they can do that. I'm excited to see if we can get a little bit of tinkering in the brains of FaZe later on. But now it's time to meet their opponents. We touched upon them in the brief start of the show here, but now time to do it for realsies. Ladies and gentlemen, the Seattle Surge.
Fire coming in, but can Prestinni win the two? No. He does! That's 3 straight.
He's trying to get out of there. He challenged and he wins it.
First tick of progress on the way. Decimate 7 in a row.
Looking to find a few more, but Gunless absolutely rips his way through the 3 of them.
249, Seattle won!
New look, Seattle Surge, roster changes inbound as we see Looney go to the bench and Decimate coming in from Challengers now. A very warm welcome to him back into the professional Call of Duty League world. He will join Octane, Prestinni, and Gunless in what should be, Chance, quite an exciting and I think explosive change to the roster. There was talks about pace being set. Decimate, obviously a very fast and furious player. We're going to get up into the big leagues in a big way.
And you're exactly right. The kills are going to be the focus for the team. That is sort of the standard look at what they're looking to improve upon. And it's really just Decimate being the Mr. Do-It-All on the map, making sure that Seattle as a whole just has an extra level of slang behind them.
Well, let's see if they can get it done. We're going to take a look now at our game fuel keys to victory. And we're talking Seattle first, my friend. Will slaying be a crucial component of their victory today?
I mean, that is all it is in my mind for this team, right? They are 11th overall in like team kills per game. Their KD also 11th. It is a big reason why they're at the bottom of the league. And the focus point for this team, it's always been on those SMGs. That's exactly what Decemate is supposed to be here for. Crank up the pressure with the SMGs. That means you're looking for more effective trades. You're setting up your AR players better and just making sure that everyone on the map can just be a little bit more comfortable. And then for the secondary point, take advantage of FaZe like weaker maps. FaZe has been very happy to play on Apocalypse, very happy to play on Express S&D. Even though it's their weaker maps, FaZe, they're trying to get better at those, but that is also an opportunity for Seattle to capitalize and be like, hey, we're finally found maps that FaZe aren't like completely dominant on. We gotta make sure we play them on those.
Yeah, try and play them on those maps is going to be a cool one. But now let's talk about the Atlanta FaZe game fuel keys to victory, mate. And again, like taking advantage of a team that's unpracticed is going to be good for FaZe. But look at this. Continue to work on strengthening that map pool.
And this is what I'm talking about, by the way, when I mentioned FaZe can afford to think about things a little bit differently. I love the fact that they're playing the maps that they're not quite dominant on, because this is a team in my mind thinking long term. They have had 2 grand finals where they understand the system greatly, right? You walk into a grand finals, one hardpoint map is gonna get banned, you play the rest. One search map is gonna get banned, you play the rest. If you don't have like the deepest map pool in the league, by the time you get to the grand finals, you are going to suffer or you are going to get punished. That's why I love the fact that they have played Apocalypse and Express S&D more than any other team in the league so far. You're getting those repetitions in and you're making it to the point where the map like pick and bans get that much easier for you long term. You're never gonna have a weaker map. You're never gonna have something you're not experienced on. And it's the same like sort of thing we've seen for these guys with Checkmate S&D. Like as dominant as they were through stage 1 in Search and Destroy, they had that one map that was an auto veto. You roll up over to stage 2, Toronto says, thank you very much. We know we don't have to prepare for you on Checkmate. We'll be good to go on the rest. So I think FaZe is saying, all right, look, we'll play all the Checkmate searches now. We'll make sure we flex off that in the map pool as well. And it's a similar thing. We have constantly seen them on Apocalypse, seen them on Express, and then even in stage 3, seen them on the Checkmate more and more. So I think FaZe is thinking long term and saying, we're gonna make sure the next grand finals we go to, we have the deepest map pool out of any other team.
Dude, they just look like they are ironing out every possible crease right now, and I love to see it. I mean, they're willing to take a couple of hits here or there, a couple of knocks in these group play matches, because yeah, you're right. The big goal here is to have a flawless map pool by the time you make it to a grand finals of the tournament. However, if they don't make it to that grand finals, again, the competition starts to spice and heat on up here in the league. We will see. But this is it, friends. Time to get to map number 1, our first match of the day. It is, of course, going to be Seattle Surge taking on Atlanta FaZe, and we're going to Apocalypse. Again, FaZe just love playing this one, man. They're spawning on the good side of the map for the start here, and we'll see how long they can hold that one for a chance. But here we go, brother. Into Apocalypse. Map number 1 underway.
Number 1, and I want to see the idea of what Seattle's going to bring to the table. Obviously, if you're starting on the bad side on this map, the entire goal is not just to get the time, but to flip those spawns. We're seeing what a triple hit over through the trenches side of the map. Decimate shots in plenty of players. Maybe not a ton of movement actually moving forward, but you see the setup that FaZe has, nice and controlled, and aBeZy, the Reaper under stilts, able to find 2 before Prestinni finally takes him down.
Yeah, Prestinni, we saw him fly right back in there. What we talk about on this map, friends, again, that top right-hand side of the map, the kind of Hackney Yard effect. You do want to be seeing players make sure they always have position over there. You see number 6, number 7, the spawn staying on the side over there. That's a great start here from Atlanta FaZe. All this work done by Seattle. They have to battle their way through the hard point. Good kills so far out of Octane. They're now going to be able to get some time. But their real goal here is to chain these hard points together. The second one coming up on the right-hand side in 10 seconds. And here we go, Chance. It looks like FaZe still got that control.
And you see Atlanta, well, actually one player selling. He is going to spawn all the way out, so that just means you have to change where you're going to deal with the pressure from, and change they did. aBeZy and Arcitys each able to pick up 2 kills on the left side of the map there, and as far as P2 breaks go, that is the perfect start for Atlanta. And at this point, I mean, you don't even get 2 opportunities to break this hill. You get 1 effective team push to try to make this happen. It is not a fun road to try to get inside this hill.
Cellium, the squelch of that Semtex explode, and Arcitys now locking down that temple side of the map. Finally, the kills come through. There was an opening for a brief moment there, and aBeZy said, hell no, we're going to see a perfect 60 come out of this hardpoint. The final 30 remaining here, and this is truly clinical. Not to say that Seattle Surge don't have the metal to break it, but Atlanta FaZe, man, I mean, they're playing this perfectly chanced. This is what a setup on Apocalypse looks like. They had the good side of the map to start things off. They've held onto it pretty much every moment. Gunless, though, making a case to get his way through the side, but look at the spawns already. FaZe have flipped out. They're going to be in the side of the map they want to be on right now. As we go over towards another hard point, number 3 so far in the map, and it's going to be a slight contest. It might not be a perfect 60 for FaZe, but man, it's good enough.
FaZe just like the perfect score that they're able to get. It's why they hopped off at the final 2 seconds to make sure they're nice and clean with the score that they have. But even towards the flip right now, you see FaZe not even hyper-aggressive pushing the hill. They're making sure they stay control over towards the no-man's side of the map. They were thinking about the spawns long-term, but so far for Seattle, very nice job of cleaning out the back, making sure you get control of the hard point. And as long as Atlanta is spawning over towards the temple and broken side of the map, you're thinking you're good to go for Seattle to work on this comeback. And speaking of Gunless, he's on a 5 spree.
That's a 5 spree. Here it comes. Oh, no, aBeZy's going to end it. Still, nice bit of a run there from Surge in the kills department. Decimate on screen again. We welcome him to the league. There's the second of this life, rather. Slip slide out, going toe-to-toe with Simp now. The aggression is there. This is what you want. I mean, he's in their face, making a lot of noise, allowing Octane to pick up the trades. There he does. He gets them both. Nice work out of Seattle to hold on this point. It's been a great sign of life. And if you look towards that top side of the minimap, number 4's in position already. That's Gunless. Lined up for the next. Good spot to be in for Seattle Surge. They're going to concede that time. Roll straight over to the next.
Rolling straight over to the next, and you see all the pressure Atlanta FaZe. Again, just trying to flip those spawns over towards no man's, but Octane might have a couple players to deal with. He's going to get stunned out as well, and 2 players working the way around back, and Arcitys knows the angles. He teams with Cellium. You know he's well researched, and well, even with the kills, he still finds himself by himself. Arcitys has to stay alive in the back, and when he falls, well for Atlanta, you are going to be stuck spawning. And now you have to flood just through broken.
Yep, Prestinni does get a streak, so that's 7. 1 more is going to get in full streaks. Great time from Seattle Surge here. I'd love to hear the comms now, of course, with Decimate on the roster. Let's see how Seattle sounds with a quick Astro Gaming listen in with Seattle Surge.
They're gonna be low headed. They're gonna be honest.
Yeah, here. I'm on Coop right now. Yo, just play it from the back. Play from the back, yo. I'm playing the rest of the front.
I don't want
2-2-2.
2 people
spawn out. I don't think they got Coop. 3-3. Let's go now. They're all spawning out. They're all spawning out. They're all spawning out with purple.
Push out deep.
All spawning out with purple. Yo, they like to hit around the back left. Once here on me. See dad? Flash open, Coop, dad. Got 2. Another one got me. Another one tried to kill me.
I flashed one middle for you.
He's going around right now.
He's flashed 2 though. He's flashed 2.
Tyler dead. One's middle of me. I'm waiting.
I'm trying to get him right now.
I can't tell.
Let's see front ammo. He's not front ammo.
I don't know if he jumped up or not.
I have the back. I have the back. Right now.
Just shoulder.
Too low heli right now.
He's not hitting up middle. Right now.
I'm making him slide, Preston.
Yeah. Rotating over. They're not gonna hit the back.
They're front.
What's your?
Two front. One shot. Other guys one shot too.
Nice. 3-3. Left guy. Alec is purple. Trust. Push out right.
Go.
I got it, Preston. You can go as well.
I got you.
You're gonna be
here. You get this one back.
Solo barrel's really weak. Like 3 times. You went towards the hill.
Yeah,
2 here, guys. Left.
Yeah, I'm just laying down here.
I can help you here. Get Tom.
Yeah, I gotta go.
The one's behind us, above us.
Yeah, I'm looking above. I need a P3.
Alright, slow play this. We're good.
You say, yo, he's top TP.
Yeah.
TP weak.
Chance, I don't think this is this team's first date. The small talk is on point right now. They're flowing. The chemistry's definitely there.
I mean, that's not point. That was incredible communication, honestly. Like, the energy in my mind, just about perfect. Like, everyone is, like, energetic, certainly, but not overexcited. Everything is clean. And honestly, pretty much a mistake-free game, a hard point, it seems like, for both teams for the most part, right? Like, FaZe, you start out on the good side. They get the first 2 hills nice and controlled. If you're on the bad side, you find yourselves down by 40. You gotta make sure you rotate, so Seattle ends up doing that perfectly. They take the lead. Prestinni, always on this map, has been playing out of his mind, and well, this game is no exception. You talk about the breaks over towards P2. Best opportunity you're ever gonna get. Use the streaks to make it happen. You got 3 players pushed up going through the temple side of things, and frankly, Arcitys, I mean, he's by his lonesome for quite some time. If he falls, and he does, this might have a tragic demise for FaZe on this map, who are already down by 80.
Well, I was going to say, aBeZy's trying to slow this down, but Gunless, man, he's on a rampage right now, looking very fine with the SMG in hand. Simp now making his way through the backside of Temple. Wonder what COD God he sacrificed something to today, because he's going to need some magic to make it through this setup right now. The Seattle Surge have got on there. Here comes the artillery strike. Maybe just the ping, actually, yeah, from Prestinni. Here comes Simp through the back line, though. Prestinni up front, going to make his way forward. Decimate, he wins 2 at the back. That's huge. aBeZy on the front line, cut down as well. Surge, they're going to hold the line, and it's Decimate with the 3.
19 kills to his name in his first game. It's a moment for these new players, right? Your first time playing on like the 60 hertz servers. It just feels like a brand new game. Oftentimes they feel like they just are full of energy when they come onto the new servers, and it feels like a different game. And well, you got a 100-point lead because of it, so not a shabby start at all. FaZe, though, not a team that shies away for comebacks, but I mean, the teamwork right there. It's a triple challenge on one player. Arcitys by himself, Decimate just baiting out for his teammates. The teamwork so far from Seattle, again, it's been pretty close to just perfect, as good as it gets.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot that FaZe can do. We're not seeing trades coming through right now. Again, it's just being overwhelmed by the mighty Seattle Surge here. They've still got control of this hard point. It's going to be a blind fire here with the artillery, working off the teammates' communication. He's going to eyeball it. Doesn't land much, but it's going to force those players down low. Now to aBeZy, finds 2 on the point. Prestinni's up next. Oh, an unfortunate timing is going to see Prestinni win that one. Simp now from up high, looking for a bit of revenge. First kill to his name. Prestinni drops as well. Hard point now in hand. And Simp bring this back. Atlanta FaZe, they are struggling somewhat here. Surge on the cusp of victory here in map number 1. 20 seconds left in this hard point, and Gunless, oh, Shotzzy almost takes care of that point alone out of Prestinni. Rotations are down, mate, and it's already Surge in position for next. Final 10 going to go the way of FaZe, but oh, is it too little, too late, Chance?
It is way too little and way too late, right? Look at the setup from Seattle. You got a couple players pushed out the back, no mans. You're doubled up inside the actual hard point, and have a couple guys with options. A couple players do get taken down, though. All of a sudden, Gunless is the last one up because everyone else loses their ones. And, well, even if he's able to stay alive, you see Atlanta right now on the swarm trying to hunt him down. Gunless eventually falls in short order, and now for the rest of Seattle, I guess you try to hit the pinch from every single angle. Prestinni's doing exactly that, but they can no longer win gunfights. FaZe somehow, when it was certainly too little too late, make the perfect break on the new hill, and all of a sudden, granted, it's still a massive score disparity, but if you're holding those back spawns for FaZe, this is doable.
I mean, this is what we talked about, the chain. Bring these hard points together one at a time. Hold them. Bring as much time as you possibly can. Try not to let the time slip to your opponents. Gunless with 1 on the front push now. Prestinni's up next. And it's a good old-fashioned one-on-one against Arcitys. It's the bros on this hard point. Who's going to win it? This could be huge. Here come the reinforcements, though. They're not going to quite tango just yet, but here we go. Bit of brotherly love. Prestinni's going to get the win there with a submachine gun. aBeZy now getting involved, and here we go. This is a big win from FaZe. They have to hold this line down. Got the no man spawns chance, and here comes aBeZy. Front line, big tags, Gunless drops. A couple of nades going through, and it is a bloodbath. But wait, it's Decimate onto the point. Oh, and he gets 3. There's one more there, and Cell's gonna bring it down, baby. But man, the compound V's hitting different on these 60 hertz servers. And Seattle Surge, with that play, we can give them map number 1. Holy dooly. Welcome to the league, Decimate.
Welcome to the league, indeed. A hell of a game from him, and we'll see the stats in a second, but how many times have we cast it over Seattle and just like one of their 2 SMGs or some level of production not there? This is going to be an across-the-board effort where the communication that we had in the listen-in sounded pretty close to perfect, and outside of getting broken over towards the Statue Hill on the P3, I mean, things were just looking pretty good for Seattle. 70-point win over FaZe, and again, straight across the board, every single player within what, 150, 200 damage of each other. The kills disparity maybe leaning towards the SMGs, and Decimate 25 kills for the notch on his cap. Hell of a way to enter the CDL.
Atlanta FaZe had a great start there. Of course, we saw sprees across the board, but Surge bringing that one back. First match of the league so far, 25 and 22. A great start. A couple of crucial plays and a big win there to close out Apocalypse. Oh, Chance. This is fun, man. This is the spice we wanted. Look. Pick'em's already ruined, 100%. I had this at 3-0, but that's just that. That's just that. I know I'm not the only one.
Wow.
You forgot. Well, glad it wasn't me, mate.
That's tragic.
That is tragic. Let's just go to a quick commercial break and forget this ever happened. But what we won't be forgetting is the Seattle Surge are 1-0 up in the series. When we return, we're going to checkmate for a bit of search and destroy, friends. We'll see you then.
Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. The Call of Duty League is presented by Zenni, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Zenni Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting zenni.com/gaming.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. Time to get into map number 2, but we're still going to be riding the welcome to the league Decemate train for quite some time. He's got to be feeling good after that first one. Again, not a massive amount of time to practice again with Seattle Surge. Like the roster was only announced, what, like last week, like quite recently. So here we go. This was his KD's last season with the LA Guerrillas, getting back into this one again. We saw him in 2020 season, first time here in the 2021, and not searching the story, not a bad look overall, but I mean, really not bad whatsoever here for Decemate.
As far as like SMG like players go, those stats are completely reasonable. Like par for the course, those are good numbers. I would say for Decemate, and this is maybe just going back to the glory days, I want that S&D KD to be higher. Like I want him to be that guy, the playmaker in the game mode that at least historically has been his bread and butter. So maybe that's sort of the idea, right? The numbers right there. If he's throwing up like, what was it, a 1.14 KD for map 1, that is phenomenal. That means your team is almost always going to be put in good spots. So if he hovers around the same, bumps up the S&D a little bit more, I think he'll be a happy camper.
Quick story brought to you by Scump now on your screen, and again, just the way it is, whenever you go up against Atlanta FaZe, their record is so immaculate in most ways. I mean, look, 23-11 overall in the hard point, but chance, it's not the same story we're seeing here in stage 3 for Atlanta FaZe. Like, they're trying to broaden the map pool. They're getting reps on the maps they're not good at. They really do want to become a flawless squad for the time we get to these championships, towards the finals of the majors. Like, that's what they're going for there. So would you say that those quick scopes again, like, is it a fair and accurate representation of these teams right now?
Well, I mean, the main thing for Seattle, no, it is not, because it is a brand new team with the new roster. But for FaZe, I still think it absolutely is, right? You might be playing with fire if you're letting like the Expresses come through and you're only 3-5, or the Apocalypses when you also have a negative record. So like, you see the idea of what they're going for. Obviously, it can be slightly problematic, but for the side of FaZe, that just means you have to clutch up in your S&Ds, right? If you're losing that Apocalypse game number 1, or if it's game number 4 in the series, the S&D has to be clean. And again, because I know this is a team that is very much thinking about grand finals and the tournaments, S&D matters just a little bit more, right? It's 4 of the 9 games that you're gonna see throughout that series. So S&D, again, has been the major focus point for FaZe. It's why they're bringing on a new coach. It's why they're playing all these brand new maps. This is where they need to be able to clutch up and bounce back in the series.
Well, let's find out. Search and destroy on checkmate. See you at the B-bomb site. The A-bomb site, possibly the most unloved, unwanted location of any map in any Call of Duty game ever. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. No one goes over there unless you really have to. It's got cooties, I think is what you'd say. It's got cooties, is that right, Chance? Cooties are a bad thing, I think. I remember watching American television as a child. I think that's right. Am I correct?
Well, no, cooties are a bad thing when you're a kid, but then when you get older, you realize that like, it's actually, I mean, we don't have to get into it, but it's not really that bad of a thing. I will say the angles, though, a much nicer thing. Gunless maybe comes from the school of insight, having another look of how you play in that back P2 area, and well, the first blood should pay off on defense.
I say, love what Gunless is. He's rocking the mid-season, like the mid-season AR. It looks like with the Seattle skin over the top. I'm doing that tonight. A good start though again for Seattle Surge. Opening pick really helps. You take care of the first blood mastermind, and then what? You get 2 more straight away. Arcitys though trying to level this one up. 3v2. Octane now down deep by Tetris. Pushed out. Decimate with the bait and switch. Oh, Arcitys takes his head clean off. Makes it a 2v2. Arcitys still rolling. Oh, that's some big tags, but it's going to take more than that to bring down the mighty Arcitys. 20 seconds left. Got to make their way in towards that bomb. FaZe on the offense. Oh, Simp's got it. 15 seconds to work with. Possibly able to get back onto this bomb. Arcitys going to have to cover him for now. He's going to get 3. This is for the ace. No way. Less than 10 seconds remaining, and it's going to be a good old-fashioned 1v1. Octane v Simp. Here we go. Bombs down. Octane's going to try to reposition. Maybe get himself a 74U, but Simp's already on the hunt. 34 seconds left. Jump the bomb. Why not? Oh my god. Simp. He checks it. No, you could have defused. Oh, and just like that. Oh, God. What a weird round. FaZe, though, with a big comeback. Whew. That was a fun one.
And it should never happen, right? I mean, Arcitys just finding all these picks down low. He's tagged up half health. Octane can't find the kill. And this is just a gunfight that I guess Decemate didn't even really try to take, but you should never take. That is a collapse of a defensive round, right? That is an immediate 2v4. And I'll say even towards the end, Octane, he just gets baited by the sound. Simp played him like a fiddle, right? Mantles up on the stacks, not the actual wing. Octane falls for it, and I think the worst thing he did was probably just the slide after that. That tells Simp, oh, for a fact, I know he's not on bomb route. This is fine. I can play it differently. So that is a hell of a way for FaZe to kick off this checkmate.
Yeah, that was a fun one. That was a real fun one. Let's see if round 2 can live up to the expectations. Prestinni and Decemate clearing their way through the cabins here of the aircraft. Octane on that right wing. Definitely saw one there. Reposition, but a loud one at that. Players around him. There you go. Makes the noise. Gunless, though, will open it up once again. aBeZy, first blooded. 2 rounds in a row. Arcitys not having it. Expect this stalemate to continue for a couple more fights. Chance, I think, before Surge. Looks like they're winding up to really take the hit here on the B-bomb site.
There's bomb going to get planted for free. Simp obviously trying to make the play, and there might be the opening. 3v3 now, but the picks trade immediately in FaZe. They might not be able to get these first picks, but when they do, it is devastating. The instantaneous retake, first blood's not needed. I mean, you're just good to go. I suppose clutching up on defense is certainly what you want to have, and it's a little bit easier, but I mean, that's just 2 rounds back-to-back where Seattle Surge, they just, I don't know, get the life sucked away from them. An eviscerating round as quick as can be, and Arcitys happy for it. 5 kills to his name. We're only 2 rounds in.
Man's having a good game. There's no getting around that. Almost gets the full ace in the first round there. In the second, puts in the heavy lifting. 2 rounds. Good to go now for Atlanta FaZe. Arcitys once again putting that Krig to work here on checkmate.
I don't know what Gunless was looking for. Just sliding out past A-bomb. I don't know if he got the play call looking for Simp underneath the plane and just got a little bit thirsty for the red dot. But either way, Arcitys will take one of the free or 2 pieces he's probably going to get all day. And again, FaZe, without a first blood, has not made a single bit of difference. And honestly, for Seattle, like the setups that they have are perfectly fine. They just keep getting picked.
Being picked. Good trades to be found here. Arcitys, another 6 and 1. That's 3 in a row. Decemate's also going to drop. Gunless is desperately trying to get into the mix here, but there's 3 members of FaZe now at the top plane side and over by A Street. Arcitys is making an approach as well. Octane's heavily tagged. Gunless peek and die. There it is. Kill number 4 in a row. Octane, can you take down Arcitys? You tried before. You failed then. You're not even getting a shot in this round. Atlanta FaZe, 3 rounds in a row, showing true dominance here on checkmate.
I mean, dominance indeed. And Arcitys is obviously, in my mind, the biggest reason why. Almost like a cakewalk performance for him so far through these first 3 rounds. I think I said the previous one of the easiest 2 pieces he's going to get. What does he do this round? Gets the first blood on Prestinni. Prestinni, I don't even think really shoots back. Then gets the next kill on Gunless. Gunless doesn't even really shoot back. So Arcitys just enjoying himself. Having a grand old map. L Trigger reigns supreme.
Back at it we go. Right towards that B-bomb site again. Look for those tags through the walls. Looking for that slight opening. And it is a very delicate fight here. Oh, hello, Prestinni. Straight into 2 players. Oh, no. The Tiny Terrors. They've struck again. Gunless, though. Can't quite get the pair. 1v done. Atlanta FaZe, it's another round. I need to speed up the casting. Keep up with the pace of this match, because man alive, FaZe are speed running here on checkmate.
I feel like this would be one of the very few maps where even if the players could see through walls, it would just be even scarier for them. Just knowing Simp and aBeZy are just around the corner stacked up on the B-bomb, and it's like, oh dear, what do we do in this situation? Well, maybe try to find a single kill. Prestinni and Decemate, 0-8 combined. I mean, obviously the teamwork was on point in the apocalypse, but when they were getting the first bloods in the first 2 rounds, they ended up getting picked apart. When they're not getting the first bloods, well, they're simply not able to find any kills. RC's 8-1 on a 5 spree, just by the way, looming in the background. It's not like the man needs the score streaks when he is the score streaks, but there you go, Octane found the way to take him down. Just shoot him through the wall.
Silver Bullet made the penetration, though. Simp on the flank. Tags up. There's no way. There's no way. So many members of Surge to the back plane. Surely we see FaZe try to capitalize on this. Open up a lane, try to get it done. Octane, great read. Another kill. aBeZy, 1v4 situation. And they keep the perfect record here in the rounds. Man, he's trying to just lay out as much information as he can. He's like, right, 2 in the plane, 1 guy on the right, 1 guy on the left. All right, I'm dead. Good effort, though. Still, Surge get themselves on the board, finally. 4-1.
And that round, effectively just one of those gimmies, right? You find that first blood, just wall-banging a player through the plane, and honestly, the most important player to take down as well in Arcitys. And if you get that, again, it's really not too difficult on this map on defense just to stack up and make sure you get those trades and not get picked apart. And Seattle obviously playing infinitely more cautious that time than they did the first 2 rounds. You had, what, 3 players literally all on the back steps of the plane? Guaranteed trades, and back to a potential first blood battle we go. Tiny Terrors playing a little bit farther back of the plane this time, not quite on the B bomb site. And I think we're seeing why they don't have the trophies out just yet. But hey, get the trophy down, and aBeZy makes his move, finds his new home.
Here we go, Prestinni. Precision throws there into the trophy, sadly, but oh, you're going to see a kneecap of Simp just creep around that corner at some point. Here we go. aBeZy in. Decimate wins a big one. Octane on the outside as well. Does take care of Arcitys. So the main AR goes down. Cellium with the last one alive. At the back of the plane. Oh, my word. Finds 2. It's a 2v1 situation. Now it's a 1v1 Cell. Straight into the jaws of Gunless and Surge. They will win another round. 2 back-to-back. But god damn, they're exciting.
And that's honestly unfortunate for Cellium, because Octane on this challenge didn't really set up Gunless too well, just sort of gives away his life, and obviously Cellium doesn't know it. He's expecting Gunless to be somewhere off to the right, but he doesn't know if he's pushed up in the street or obviously on the wing. But I mean, Octane maybe gave him somewhat of an opening there just to get the kill and lay down, but hey, no love lost. You get the all the kills in that round, get the first bloods, and again, make sure you do not get picked apart too heavily thereafter. FaZe, though, with a 4-2 lead, looking for these kills once again on offense. I think we've seen a couple attempted play makes from either Simp or aBeZy, always down low, but obviously if you're looking at the setup, there is not a ton of room for these guys to work with.
And again, we're looking at aBeZy trying to make that opening pick fire at A Street. Here he goes. Man, he's out. Oh, Prestinni, good eyes. Catches him just before he manages to get into the angle to take care of his squad. Less than a minute remaining now. Simp goes down as well. The Tiny Terror is dealt with. Shots ringing out. And it's a good off gunfight there in the top side of the plane. Arcitys makes his way forward. Some machine gun in hand. Catches a Decimate. Whoa! Gets 2! Man, Arcitys is shooting hot. The teamwork of Surge will prevail. It's 3 rounds in a row.
This gunfight is scary. It is almost like bait being on those back steps. Arcitys just making that look so easy to win the gunfight. Maybe the high crowd pays off, but either way, Arcitys obviously feeling himself right now with 10 kills to his name, but at least outside the first 2 rounds, it has just been about that first blood battle. Whoever's finding these kills in the top of the plane, whether it be through a wall or on top of the actual B site, has been the team that has had success. And well, we go again. aBeZy and Simp, of course, the 2. Similar setup to last time. aBeZy sitting up top of bomb. It's going to be Prestinni and Decimate, the new duo, once again working together. Trying to find a way to take these players down, and you see the angle of aBeZy a little too far to the left, and Gunless can spot him, but all he's going to be doing is giving the information.
Yeah, and he's not going to let that fly. Nice tag. Just pushes Prestinni back. Oh, no. It was going so well, and the trophy's going to get it done. And that is a variable that I don't think anyone had considered. I don't even think Simp apologized, and I wouldn't. 4v3 now. This round has changed dramatically. Here we go. Surge all trying to make the offensive play work out, but Cellium from backplane steps, 6 and 4 overall, a massive kill. Slow this down. Decimate's going to try to make something happen. Bomb recovered. He made a lot of noise in doing that. Trying to bait the play. I love this out of Decimate. I love this out of Decimate. He's still going. 20 seconds left. Arcitys in a 1v3. Can he do it again, Chance? Oh my god. He tried. Surge. 4 straight rounds now. We're all tied up. 4-4.
What a round. I don't know exactly what the circumstances were for the trophy getting that first blood, but trophy's lethal on the map. I don't know if Simp tried to throw out another one and that was enough to take him down, or just one of the 30 pieces of utility they got tossed over towards B. But either way, first bloods. Doesn't really matter how it happens, right? Like if you're Minnesota Røkkr, it's a lot of times those teammates in the round of 11 that happen. Occasionally it's the trophies. Usually it's the other team, but can absolutely be the difference maker in the round. And we go again. No need for there to be a mix-up of strats for either teams, because on offense, you're going for what's optimal. On defense, well, it's not too hard to stack at the back of the plane, but the bomb goes down. Decimate looking for the trades, and the trades come through. Octane finds the next. Man advantage towards Seattle. They get 37 seconds to work with.
He got the party started there on bomb. Well done. 3v2. Favorable situation for Seattle Surge right now. Cell's going to have to cover this bomb site essentially alone. There's the gunfight. Arcitys, nice angle. Takes care of his brother Prestinni there, going for the bomb, and it's a 2v2 still. Octane. Oh, could he sneak this? Gunless is going to try to cover that right wing position. Cell's hitting the back plane. Arcitys the other end, and the sandwich is now about. Here comes the push. It's a 1v1. 10 seconds. Gunless tags in. Cell's never going to let this one fly, surely. But wait. Oh, Gunless gets it, but not enough time to get the defuse. Oh no, my word, chance. The run comes to an end. Atlanta FaZe put themselves on map point. Surge, it was close, but no cigar.
Oh, those are just very nice plays. Even just to get the bomb down in that spot makes the watchover spot for Arcitys that much easier. So even with the man disadvantage, you get the bomb planted, you can make some magic happen. And I will say towards the end, Cellium the shoulder peek king, right? Doesn't make any overcommitments, just throws a nice little shoulder, figures out where Gunless is, and he throws down the nice little pop shot just to make sure that he can't defuse that bomb. So perfectly played in the 2v3 situation by FaZe. Now 1 round away from tying up the series. And for Seattle, a problem to solve. Another offensive round. You have to find a way to win.
Well, that's a nice start.
And
not enough.
And by the way, aBeZy right now sprinting up A Street. He's not playing in the plane this time. Finally, a mix-up of strats on defense, and aBeZy maybe just looking for that first blood.
Is this the trump card? Is this the special play? Gunless, no idea. aBeZy with the first bloods. Back at it again. 1 minute left on the clock. The final 3 members of Seattle Surge all playing side now. Octane trying to level this one up. Ace to the outers. aBeZy gets caught out and about, and Octane, he's slip sliding right now, moving fast. Decimate gets involved as well. 2v3. Now it's a 2v2. Cellium in a tough spot. He's tagged up all around. He's going to get cut down, and Arcitys now in a 1 versus 2. This is for the map. And it's going to be the submachine guns of Seattle Surge and Decimate and Prestinni going up against the might of Arcitys now. And Decimate, oh my, he gets caught out. Final 30 seconds remaining. And it's the Sandersons. Twins going at each other, 1v1. Arcitys for the map, Prestinni for the round 11. And this doesn't get any better. Oh, he saw ahead. This could be it. Slip slide across! Shots are in! And Arcitys gets it done. 6-4. Atlanta FaZe bounce back. And man, that was a really fun search. But that was the most entertaining checkmate search this draft I've seen for a while. Both teams going hard. We're all tied up 1-1 in the series, Chance.
And that is honestly one of the best brother battles we've seen since Kane versus Abel, man. Like that level of like legendary, even from the Apocalypse hardpoint, right? When I'm thinking about like the P5 hill, it was Prestinni versus Arcitys were the gunfights that make a difference. And while Arcitys had his number towards the end, Octane might have had a ridiculous amount of damage, but you know who isn't too far behind? Arcitys. 14 kills to his name. He was able to clutch a 2v3. He was the man that clutched the 2v4 to start the game, and even towards the end, clutched the 1 versus 2. Ice flowing through the man's veins. Apparently, every clutch you could ask him to accomplish, he gets done. Hell of a job in the map number 2.
We're going to have a quick look at our US Army tactical play now. It is going to be from Arcitys, of course, and we actually had a couple of rounds to pick from there, but we're going to give it to that round 10 play from him. Man, it was just so tight, dude. It was like the opening gambit here from aBeZy. He hits the back spawn, he takes care of Gunless to the rear, and then we just watch this like slow and steady battle, and we get to that 2v2 situation. Cell can't quite get it done, mate, but Arcitys just ice in the veins, mate. You couldn't have said it better.
And I love this play call as well from Seattle, right? Like, no one turns around, no one panics when aBeZy hits out the flank. They just start pushing forward. They find aBeZy and they're like, oh, the flank's good. We don't have to worry about that anymore. You should know where all these players are. And even Arcitys in this moment, when he gives away his position, I mean, the jig is up, right? You know what the idea is. You can just hop up in the plane, try to plant the bomb, and make sure you don't get killed from this exact angle. But Decemate just gets caught. I suppose instead of jumping up, they wanted to wrap all the way around, but a poor decision when they had the 2v1. And then in this moment for Prestinni, I mean, it's just a tough situation to be in, right? Obviously, you're never going to be able to plant on A, and obviously for Arcitys, can just easily spot out the cross, and Prestinni goes for the gunfight instead of trying to plant the bomb at first, and Arcitys just gives him the gunny.
The gunny indeed, a little bit of that brotherly love, you know, and they're living with each other as well right now. So like, you know, they're taking their little match break, like, I got you, I got you. They're both walking in the bathroom, it's like, I got you, I got that ice. All right, here we go. Let's get some player reactions. The final few moments. Ah, damn, it's that face from Prestinni. No, that feeling. There's nothing quite like that feeling. The 1v1 for the map. And they managed to get the big win. Arcitys up and about. And that's going to be that, friends. We're all tied up 1-1. We come back after the break. It's going to be Garrison Control. You don't want to miss this one. We'll be right back.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by GameFuel. Use code CDL2021 for a special discount on GameFuel.com. Tournament audio and team listen-ins are powered by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is presented by Zenni, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Zenni Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting zenni.com/gaming.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. Land to FaZe tie the series up in a dominant and very exciting display at times there on Checkmate Search and Destroy. Now we go to Garrison Control, and chance for me, bro. I'm just thinking that this was not what we wanted to see out of Seattle Surge for most of the season, but we'll see how they fare today. Quick look at Atlanta FaZe KD comparison and the wins and the losses. Anything that sticks out, mate, aside from the obvious, when they win, it's good. When they lose, it's just, you know, it's all right. It's not great.
I mean, I think just the fact that Simp just doesn't really have bad maps or like bad series almost ever. I think Simp has a negative KD in one series the entire year, and that was against Paris, and they got the win. Like, the man has been unreal. The amount of consistency that he brings is unreal, and obviously across the board you're going to suffer in losses, but I think we even see what from the Apocalypse Hardpoint map 1, the immediate bounce back is there. I mean, they have what, a 6-2 record overall in game 5s as well. It's not like FaZe is gonna shy away from being put in a tough spot, but as far as the Astro social soundboard goes, everyone loves the brother 1v1s, and how could you not?
How can you not, right? It's just so spicy. Like, you know that, like, they're looking at who's left. Oh, it's him. Oh, bruh, let's get it. Let's just do this. Where's he gonna be? I know his tendencies. I know where he's gonna be. I know where he's gonna play at. The mind games are afoot. You know that thing with twins, like if you hit one, the other one feels it? What happens in a 1v1? Do you think they feel the shots? Do you think they feel both the elation and the disappointment of the win and the loss? Oh, it's complicated. Somebody get me a twin expert in here. We'll have to ask them maybe in that Game Fuel Victory Spotlight after this series.
Or what do you think about the telepathy of like Prestinni? Like as soon as he kills Decemate, has to make like that split decision, and as soon as he decides it, Arcitys just thinks the exact same thing. Like the idea just pops in his head. He's like, I know what you're doing. I know what's going on. I know everything. And plus, the amount of trash talk I would have, I don't have a twin, but if I was playing in the same like apartment or house or whatever, the same guy, I'm immediately running to his room and screaming in his face. That would be way too much fun.
I'd be in there mid-round, like, I'd be like, you suck! I'd be in there, man. I could not control that. Again, like, not very professional, I know. Actually, I do think Arcitys, no, Arcitys is at the player. He's at the FaZe compound. There's no way, right? There's no way. Anyway, back to the game. We're going to control.
There should be, though. There
should be. Tags are up, trades are there, Decimate. Oh, how'd he win that? He got another one. Wait, oh wait, 10 HP? No, there's the contest on A. And holy Arcitys! Whoa, bro, what? Calm down, chill. We're 20 seconds in. We need to let the fans and us catch our breath. What the hell? This Gary control is lit.
I mean, this is ridiculous. I suppose it's a ton of pressure just for Seattle to actually get on defense. They establish all the power positions, so now they're in a phenomenal position. I'll just say, though, not just for the series that Arcitys had, I know we're like a super hot take-driven community. I'm still baffled at the fact that like people don't think Arcitys is anything other than godlike almost at all times. So just throwing that out there. If you think the man isn't good, you're just faded.
He just faded. Wow, what a start this is. And just like that, there's only 30-ish seconds remaining. And Surge are doing the most aggressive piece of defense work, I mean, we've seen, but like the same can be said for FaZe. Like they're going to war for that mid-map, and they've just about got a win there from Atlanta FaZe. They do have a bit of an advantage, and finally onto the B point. 21.1 seconds on the clock, and this has been wild from start to finish. Surge were not very good at control with the previous iteration of this roster, but now a bit of a transformation. Second segment completed B, one remains, and we should be seeing that clock shoot up in just a moment. The defense heavily favoring now towards the A zone. Here we go, Chance. Minute on the clock to work with. Arcitys making his way across.
And I will say, Seattle, I mean, they had plenty of opportunities to play a little bit more aggressive on defense, try to get them off the B point, and maybe try to utilize the fact that there's only 21 seconds left on the clock, but instead of trying to force the issue, they just give it up for free and try to make sure that they stagnate over towards A. But if you stagnate, you might get picked apart, and picked apart indeed. 3 bodies on point for Atlanta FaZe. The stack is in.
Stacks up. Prestinni's got to try and get at least one off of this one. Nah, Cell's got it. Desi goes down, and it's going to be aBeZy who's next. Octane. Oh, baby. Simp's got another trophy kill. Another. Very dangerous round from Atlanta FaZe towards the second half there, and Surge could not quite keep the defense together. Hard to break the A zone, admittedly. We saw how brilliantly set up they were, and even with Simp's trophy trying to spoil that one, the double agent that it is. Have a word, Simp. A brilliant round from both teams, but FaZe coming out on top.
And I really just don't like the idea there from Seattle, right? If you had such a strong start where you get the pressure, even if you get all those bodies on point for FaZe, look for kills, try to like have them like a scattered push over towards A, but instead they put 0 pressure on the B, give FaZe all the time in the world to get the setup that they want, and they just sort of run a rampage around your base. I mean, granted, maybe just a couple one-on-one gunfights if Seattle wins, then the round gets stretched out, but they just sort of allowed FaZe to get the break that they wanted, and if you let FaZe be comfortable, obviously see what they can do. As far as this round goes, though, just a couple kills back and forth. You see right now a ton of mid-map control and pressure Atlanta FaZe is trying to pour on.
7-3 overall for Arcitys. Gunless and Octane putting their creeps to work, and up over the caution they go. But have caution. You're going into Arcitys territory. Oh my God, give him all 4. Why not? He walks away with 2 there. The massive amount of damage dealt as Arcitys just proving to be an immovable object here on Garrison. Holy dooly, man. He is putting in work. Still, life count quite good for both teams. 40 seconds remaining. Surge trying to get forward. Prestinni's going to find a nice couple of kills here, trying to buy some space for the squad.
Until they clear out their base, though, this is going to be the ever-present problem. You can keep funneling in through Caution, funneling in through Dark to try to get out towards B, but if you got players like Simp on your truck in the back, Arcitys still mid-map control, you are going to have a bad time, especially so if Cellium is the one pulling out the 74U to play inside events. This is a round that, unless they get a couple kills in quick order, is certainly going to be chalk, but there's 2 to go their way. Maybe the opening is here.
Nice. Big kills from Gunless. They're out. Less than 10 seconds remaining, and I wouldn't imagine that like bottom middle on a map is considered a power position. But Arcitys really made the case for it there. Seattle with a heavy stack now. It's 2 players looking to get the third in there immediately. That's 3 players on the point. Should be a fast cap, and life count, even Stevens. Despite the fact that FaZe have had him really pinned for this whole game. So this has been a solid round. Will it be a repeat of the first? If Surge can get their bodies on point, here we go. Prestinni and Decemate wind up, find the first, find the second. They've got space to work with now. Cell's going to peek. Oh, he's going to peek into trouble. And here we go. We're on the point immediately. Prestinni on the hunt. The prowl is about. The kills are there. Oh, my God. Surge have done it. It's a clean point. Got to stack up, boys. Can they do exactly the same that Atlanta FaZe did to them just a few moments ago? Second segment gone. Final segment on its way. Simp, Cellium, get to the point. Simp, oh, Mace gets it, but not enough time. Surge, they bounce back straight away. And what a control this is, Chance.
Yeah, what are we watching? This is ridiculous. That was like the perfect break over towards A. I mean, just completely clinical teamwork. Even the setup that they had towards the end, I think that's like one of the cleanest ideas that I've seen in quite some time. Frankly, I want to steal it. Of just having 3 guys all staring at the bricks push, leaving 1 guy top plat just to watch the outer. And I mean, frankly, how do you win any of those gunfights? Maybe a last-ditch effort to slide outer and hope you can get a couple pieces, but I love the idea, honestly. I mean, that's 2 rounds back-to-back were effectively the breaks over towards A from the team on offense, as clean as it could be. And I'd say maybe I was too harsh on Seattle of not playing aggressive on defense. Maybe they just ended up getting picked apart because after what they just showed on offense, like, it just looks super clean, but certainly an interesting game on Garrison we've had so far.
What?
Oh, dear.
That was a Miles Ross nade. Sim's going to stay fighting fit over here. Oh, I love that angle. Oh my God, Decimate wins a massive 1v1, but Simp getting very creative in the approach towards green. Cell can't win the fight against the towering presence of Octane there. You're being slowed down. Seattle Surge on the defense here. Both points well truly covered for now. Nice poke from Prestinni, an easy pick. No more to be had. Simp's going to make quick work of him. Decimate on this 4 spree here by top green. Again, power position to be in. Not super ideal with the 74U at range, but he's going to make it look good. Onto the B zone we go, Chance. Stops the clock at 38 seconds. FaZe now on the approach.
Funnily enough, it was actually Gunless that tried to make the break out of top green. He gets caught, and well, that B point almost assuredly going to get captured because Seattle, once again, just not even putting pressure on the bottom side of the map over towards B. Everyone just stacking up over towards A, and well, it's been 2 perfect breaks effectively over towards A on offense in the first 2 rounds. FaZe, they get their next attempt, their next crack at the play. This time they're sending 3 players potentially all the way around, and well, it's going to be Prestinni, the first man up top crates. It's going to have to spot all this out.
He spots Simp. Not enough, though. Gunless is up next. Cell now trying to find the pinch. Simp finds another on the approach. Oh, Cellium, that's a huge kill. Not a lot of players left, and there we go. We've got 2 members now of Atlanta FaZe on point. Trophies are clear. Now the defense will settle in for the push. Simp trying to stop these players getting anywhere near the backside of green, but if he nades, not going to slow him down at all. Still, first segment gone. Second segment now starting to clear away. There's going to be one big concerted effort now from Seattle Surge to get on the point. Cell, Simp, get on the board. They get another one, and that's going to be Atlanta FaZe with another massive capture. Another offensive round going their way. It's 2-1. And this is lit. Nice angle, by the way. Oh, Cell, you. Oh.
I will say though, Miles, I hate it. Not the angle from Cellium, just how it's been easy for both teams making the break on offense, but even there, like FaZe, they're just walking around their spawn for free. And everyone's just like turtling up next to each other. No trades are coming through. Octane's getting shot in the side when he's like not even aware that someone could be outer. I don't know what's going on with Seattle on defense, but hey, I guess if you have the magic on offense, that could just be the bailout for you. I think unfortunately the nade doesn't quite connect there. I think the trophy might have saved Simp's life, but either way, pressure's still on. The offensive might have been clean, but you still got to get one more.
Coming up on that first segment, completion here for Seattle on B. Cell's going to try and slow it. Difficult angles to work with. See how hard it is to take these gunfights. Prestinni really making him work for it. Brilliant footwork, lovely movement out of Prestinni there. Octane with the bait and switch. That's immaculate teamwork from Seattle Surge to really clean that one up. But Cellium does manage to get the artillery, so that will come in handy on the defense at A. That could be the immovable object to stop the momentum Seattle Surge have had here on these offensive rounds. This is going to give me enough, though, to get the Atlanta FaZe to 3-1 here. This is big. See how well they play with it, though. Chance still got Surge on the approach, trying to find these kills.
And Octane sliding around Arcitys, yeah, just going to get the perfect call out from Simp and just playing off the information. That is two players that fall like dominoes one by one. And, well, Prestinni and Decimate, they might be together, but no, they can't really make a play quite yet for fear of getting picked apart. But Decimate thought he had the opportunity, tries to cross, gets cut down. Prestinni then makes a solo chow. He's going to fall. Octane, the solo chow, he's going to fall. The teamwork when it's on point has been clean, but does help to actually start playing with the team.
Oh, it's unreal stuff. Oh, it was for a brief moment there out of Atlanta FaZe again. Seeing those bait and switch come through. Decimate, wins a close one. aBeZy now, last player left on point until the reinforcements can get there. Doesn't need the help, gets the job done alone. Massive stuff from him. Decimate's going to play this one sensibly, slowly. Oh, and the tiny terrors, they don't let him even catch his breath. FaZe starting to heat things up. 21-17, one of the largest life disparities we've seen in this control game so far. That's saying a lot. I mean, this has been a banger. Just over a minute remaining chance. Surge still unable to break in, and Cellium still has the artillery.
It's going to be a long-term problem to solve, and the kills, frankly, not going their way. Even when Octane finds one, that's 4 down once again. And Simp back in a position, found the corner he wants to sit in, and Simp right now can see the cross to everything. He's got middle of the map, he's got dark to try to push out a caution. He can see you, and while his teammates filling in every single lane in short order, Simp maybe gets dealt with all of the mid-map control right now to FaZe and Cellium. Doesn't matter what gun he has in hand, the man can do it all.
He's going 20 and 12 overall here. 30 seconds remaining. Oh! Arcitys. Bloody hell. Decimate's now going to try to open this lane up. Oh my word. Fast hands from Cellium. Makes him a one-shot. Makes the trade possible. Less than 20 now. Artillery's going to come through, soften up the center of the map. The bottom of the green tower is about to be turned to dust. It's going to get nothing but a Simp, but that's fine. Simp goes down. 10 seconds, and this is looking like it. For Atlanta FaZe, they have done the hard work. They have managed to break the cycle and Surge on their best control map. Atlanta FaZe looking to put in the work. Excuse me. Atlanta FaZe, they will take the lead in the series here. It's a 3-1 in the control. And this series just got that bit more interesting. Man, what a fun series this has been, man.
This has been like a super smooth series as well. Like, I'm gonna knock on some wood, try not to like jinx anything, but like all the games, like super clean. You can see when the teamwork is on point, you're having success. You can see when, like, you know, the solo trials start coming through where teams fall apart, but everything in my mind seems to be easily identifiable of where things go wrong in the searches. It was those first 2 rounds for Seattle where they just got picked apart. The 2v4 that Arcitys clutched up sticks out in my mind. But even for this one, like, you can look at the stats, and the stats obviously for FaZe are gonna be great. Arcitys having a hell of a series, but it comes down to those 2 first offensive rounds that they were able to win. Both times, basically just walking over towards A for free, just flanking around the spawn. They didn't have any issues with it. There's no trades that really needed to come through. Just sort of took the cakewalk on both of those rounds. So maybe I need to look at them back to see exactly what happened or went wrong, but it was way too easy for FaZe to clutch up on offense.
A great round of control from both teams. We're now going to throw to a quick commercial break. FaZe is sitting at 2-1 here in this series. When we come back, we're playing a little bit more hardpoint. Don't go anywhere, friends. This series is just starting to light up.
The Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. The Dallas home series continuing, and I'm pretty sure we can see Lando's house from here. Maybe, not sure. Lando, let us know. You're at the tippity top, one of those big penthouses there. Oh, baby, have we got a good series still on our hands, though, as we roll through this one. Seattle Surge, Atlanta FaZe. FaZe with a slight lead here in the series by 1. This is match point. They can take the hard point, but chance, Seattle Surge, man, it's signs of life. And you were giving me the lowdown on the hot takes taking place on Reddit right now. But Surge, quick look at their hard point KD ranks so far. Of course, we don't have quite the full stats on Decimate here in the league, so we got Looney there in his place.
Well, you know, 1.14 KD in the first hard points, if you want to roll with that for the only map that he's played, like, by all means, you can go for it, but this is one of the roster changes that it's somewhat of like an easily identifiable issue, right? You have a player on the team where in the slang category towards the bottom of the league, you just look for some superstar player that can pick it up, find those kills, get better trades for your team, but Miles, I don't know, I see a dog and I feel like this is your time to shine.
This is my time, baby. The social soundboard powered by Astro. It's our buddy David Sandman and his dog Milo's watching Atlanta FaZe win that search and destroy, and you see the emotion on his face. Like, you see he's going through that roller coaster there where he's like, oh, this one's a blowout, and then all of a sudden he sits up and he's like, oh my god, wait, Surge are back in this one, and then he relaxes as Atlanta FaZe walk away with a win there. So Milo, truly the face, the voice, the feels of the fans right there in that search and destroy. But we're going to a Moscow hardpoint now, my friend, and that is where things will be sitting for a brief spell, as again, we've got ourselves a good one that Atlanta FaZe are definitely very solid on. But again, like, there's a lot of talk right now about why are Atlanta picking these maps in this series. It's because they want practice. They want to be absolutely unbreakable across every map and mode. That is the plan. They're going to stick to it.
I will say, that is purely speculation on my part, right? FaZe in their camp internally. There could be any number of reasons they're doing it, but in my mind, if they are the team that, again, has played the 2 brand new maps the most out of everybody in the league, and a team that thematically you can look across stage 1 and stage 2 and see differences in their search and destroy, if they're allowing all these checkmates to come through and switching up their, like, auto ban that they had, if they're playing all these expresses, to me, that's the only thing that makes sense, is they're thinking long-term and say, hey, we need like true land practice on all these maps. Because another thing that gets talked about is how much slower things happen, or when I say land practice, tournament practice, how much things like slow down compared to scrims. Like once you get in like this in-game environment, so you need to make sure you get the map repetitions in as much as possible, but still, it is just speculation on my part.
Well, land practice soon, my friend, soon.
Yes, soon.
This first hardpoint, by the way, it has been a contest fest for the first 30 seconds. Finally, Atlanta FaZe break the seal. They get 1 point, and now Surge right back at it. We'll scream about a lead change, but it really isn't that big of a deal. Again, right-hand side of the map locked down. Surge playing this as far forward as I think I've ever seen any team ever do this, and it might just work out for them. There's those tight spawns. No one's spawning out just yet. Atlanta FaZe will fight their way through the middle of the map and across towards second. It's going to be aBeZy trying to get it done from street, meets a mean Gunless, sends him packing.
And you see the value of just pushing up that aggressively, even when you fall. As long as you make sure that you keep those spawns, you can just spawn back up and get the exact setup that you want. But for FaZe, 2 players around back street, 2 players coming in through green, and well, they're just waiting for that one move and the pressure to be on, and aBeZy, he's going to make it. Now he flies up inside the hill. Give him the third. The break is done basically just by him. FaZe break on through to the other side of this hard point. Honestly, with 30 seconds left for Seattle, you might just have to chalk that up and rotate.
Blows the doors wide open. My God. Simp and aBeZy doing what they do. 25 seconds left on this one, and they're going to get that time, making their way over across the map towards the next one. But look at the sneaky Arcitys, man. He is well across map, with the rest of the boys playing that lonely island by himself. He's going to run across the Decimate in a moment. Uh-oh. Shoots his shot a little early, but hey, shoot is shoot. Trying to make that rotation come down. His teammates, meanwhile, winning the map. 1 kill at a time. They're going to get closer and closer and keep Surge pinned down before they can deliver that death blow and start spawning them out across map. But here we go, mate. The battle is now afoot.
And right now, it is basically 2 players responsible for dealing with Arcitys, but Decimate on the full flank. Are they going to make the read? They do not, in the crossfires there. Inside the actual point, though, Simp has to go kind of big. And, well, him and Cellium there to make the play. They're breaking from the front. Admittedly, split spawns are going to cause a bit of chaos, but either way for FaZe, I mean, if you're working for the team that doesn't get these spawns off the rip, this is already about as good as it gets.
Holding the line. There's the 30 seconds remaining here on third hardpoint. P3 over by the fountain now, and we're going to see that bit of a wind-up punch now start to hit. Can Surge get themselves out of this one? At least get a contest. Octane's going to try and do it. There's one. Second goes his way, heavy tags. Decimate's going to help him out. Chance, it's trying to get towards that next hard point. It is not an easy thing to do. Final few seconds here, and we've already got Atlanta FaZe on the rotation. Prestinni, he also playing now that lonely island role out in the middle of the map, and I'd love to see how this goes down. FaZe starting to walk away with this map. Let's go for a quick Astro Gaming listen in for the Atlanta FaZe.
Behind me, 3 guys, Preston, pinch. Another mid. I can pinch the guys on you. You're right.
I'm dead. There's 3 on time. One pillar, one time. One time. It's all good.
Get aside.
I'm street
third. Preston, 3 killed me. Bust up.
Slow down. We are
sitting bust up by himself.
I'm waiting.
Go bust him with you. I'm gonna try to go gold.
Pray a minute. Are we right corner?
He's top bus. Laying down top bus.
Flank.
Watch out, Pierce. You have to be close. And he's on the punch. Bus. One shot on you. That's me dead. 3. Get this push. Get new control. Make sure you have new control.
You want push up front?
I'm going. I got
time. You want to run away.
I'm cutting out.
Broken car. I think he's on the car.
One's still go up, Hattie.
I'll take the Eskies. There's on team now.
Yeah, nothing Eskies either. I'm saying, wait, I'm gonna clear it.
I'm gonna take it.
There's 2 go. Preston.
I'm course that.
Preston, one shot. Preston, same both on me.
Have a base, one shot done.
Same week.
One time.
Take your time. Yo, we need to
get this. I got one.
Yeah, me and I'm here.
I'm giving up gold. I'm going.
I
have Eskies. You guys hit that.
I'm trying to get you.
Get together.
And right.
Winning left.
On team, I left. I left there.
Try and get a ball like a push.
You have left.
Let's see him. Let's hit.
Left.
He jumped up now.
I'm weak.
Well, Chance, that sounded hectic to me. I mean, I caught a lot of the words there, but the pace being set by FaZe right now in Moscow, like they're going all in.
Well, I mean, at the same time, hectic, yes, a little bit, but still the small talk is good, right? Here, like, all right, we need to slide in together. Arcitys with, like, the big game plan in the background of, like, we need to fight for this time. Obviously, the P2 is a long way away. This is important to get. So I think all of the ideas were there, but, I mean, as far as a 1-for-1 goes, even compared to Seattle's listening early on, Seattle certainly sounded a little bit cleaner, but not terrible by any means. Of course, we go to another potential P2 break for FaZe. Last time aBeZy walked through and picked up 3 kills. This time the situation's a little bit different. His teammates are going to fall, but he walks through, gets cut down immediately. Seattle making the adjustments. The hold is there.
And they do the same as they did before, which is what? Manage to get the break, hold on to the point a little bit, and then have aBeZy come through and just do some horrible 2-piece nonsense to you. But Decemate, oh boy. FaZe, they move as like a school of fish. You know, you watch fish fly around together, and you're like, wow, how do they all know to just stay all that shapes? You know, when you watch those like nature docs, you watch the mini map, it's like FaZe or a school of itty bitty fishies, and there's not a lot of sharks right now. As I think they are the sharks, right? We had a shark joke in there a while ago. I forgot all about it now, but FaZe, they're struggling somewhat. P3 rotation goes their way. That's going to be all 3 of them lined up on that one. Simp playing down low. Will they be able to hold on to the push? See how Seattle combs their way across Moscow. Davai, comrades. This is it. Odd points up.
Simp right now saying the Nasfadanya, but he's only able to pick up 1. And again, FaZe, for the most part this game, they've been playing the break game. This is the first time they were able to get this stronghold. And, well, Simon towards the back, loses the AR gunfight, and you see the idea from Seattle. 3 players flooding in through the flank. Cellium, by the way, has spawned out while this is happening. And still a fair bit of time on the clock, but you do have to make your move.
Whoa, moves being made. Money moves being made. Trades are there. 3 players go down from Seattle, but Prestinni's in the back. And that means you got spawns. That means you got presence. Close range. Tags are up. aBeZy's going to slip slide right into death, though, as Prestinni's number 5 comes through. Can he keep the spree going? Get himself some streaks? No. His brother screen watching him from home and kills him. He's not doing that. Don't do that. Refs, come back. Reel it back, refs. Break's almost good. Final few seconds to go this way, but we're going back out to the boulevard. And Chance, this was a good one from FaZe first time round.
I mean, effectively tied up game, right? The hold on the last two was strong. They finally don't have to play the break game. This time, though, it's about a 50-50 split, right? The rat room control right now in favor of Seattle. They got two players doubled up inside, and Octane, I think that's the play he's waiting for, but he gets picked apart. So for FaZe, now you know where all the pressure's coming from. Simp making the reads on the player inside, and for Seattle, this is incredibly patient gameplay. And for FaZe, well, they're happy for it. They're just getting all the kills. This is just free time going their way as easy as it gets on street.
I mean, they have a great time on street, but again, this is where Seattle, they may not have the success here, but if they can keep this, you know, not to be the end of the hard point for them, they might find a bit of a better spot later on the map, but still, Arcitys is going to work on the push from Seattle. I mean, they haven't got a lot of space to work with. Decimate, I mean, he's getting slapped about by players. The trophy there was causing damage to him. Very hard to get out of that spot. They get some consolation seconds out right now for Seattle Surge. Map presence looking very FaZe-esque, but Prestinni, he's on the flank. He's trying to make a little bit of a sneaky play. He's already out and about. He's going to get aBeZy. And he's going to get on the point. We're not going to push on through to the next hard point, but now trying to win these fights up close. Prestinni gets himself another slick stuff of one half of the Sandersons.
And now he's got the Crimsix in hand. He's one of those players that he can always make it work, but the mantling causing too many problems now inside the point. Octane, tough gunfight to win. He is not successful. This is an opportunity for FaZe really to start to run away with the game as long as they don't lose these spawns and pick up the kills, and so far they are successful at both. Octane again, mantling, just a problem for Seattle. It is unfortunate in then getting them killed, and well, now 20 seconds left on point. You don't have time to go and flip spawns. You're gonna have to fight for this scrap, and even still, I mean, just good luck trying to break through P2. Anytime FaZe is the team that gets to hold these hills, they have had a great deal of success. They're going to go into the P2 with about a 60-point lead. In all likelihood, they're going to try to close it out on next. Seattle, this is the pressure spot, the series on the line. You got to break P2 or you lose the game.
Do or die. Here they go. It's a 2-2 split. They can time this right. They'll be able to pinch perfectly, but Cellium in mid-map takes one with him. Meanwhile, though, Gunless, he and Octane working their way through the streets, the mean streets of Moscow. aBeZy, though, from the side, cuts one down. Prestinni through the front line now, trying to keep Seattle's presence there. Again, Nays are going to slow this one down, but big help from the rest of the squad. The Tiny Terrors light up the kill feed time and time again. And here we go, chance. It's going to be 20 points for the win. Atlanta FaZe holding this down. They can still get the win here. We have to see Seattle get on point. And there's a two-player push through the white building. This could be it. Decimate. No, Cellium reads it, gets the gunfight. Arcitys is there as well. The kills come through, and that could well be it. Surge, it was a valiant effort, a brilliant effort. Decimate put up a great show. The squad's definitely got some pep to their step now, but without a shadow of a doubt, Atlanta FaZe still one of the meanest dogs here in the league, and they were barking all series long. They'll take it 3-1.
Apocalypse beat them. They don't really care too much because after that, just clean and efficient gameplay. I mean, a lot of positive takeaways for Seattle, right? Obviously, the game one Decimate looked great, but I'd say the biggest thing is I'd say at least for the control, and especially so for the search and destroy, it is just like easily identifiable issues of like, this was the thing right here in this round that went wrong. These are the adjustments that we need to make going forward, but I would say honestly, just an incredibly tough first matchup that Seattle has to deal with the new team. And even taking a look at the stats again across the board for both teams, pretty respectable, a little bit more even on the FaZe side, and Decimate, well, 11 and 21. Slang power not quite there on Moscow, but even still, I think the situation that Seattle found themselves in is when they were getting the early rotations, they were fine for the most part. It was just any time they were losing their rotations, they were just not able to break pretty much any hill, but obviously against FaZe, much easier said than done.
Here we go, a little bit of time still to be spent in the lab for Seattle Surge. Again, practice will make perfect, but for Atlanta FaZe, again, every series just seems to be, it's a tough one. It's good looking stuff so far. Again, they're just trying to improve upon those game modes that maybe not necessarily as strong as they have been. For now, Surge, back to the drawing board, back into these VODs, have a look, see where things went right and wrong and improve from there. But for FaZe, can't be too disappointed, man. Cannot be too disappointed at all. We're going to have a look at our scuff play of the game in just a brief moment. And we're going to give it to Atlanta FaZe. They managed to get that 40 point. We saw them do that out by Boulevard. It was Simp and it was Arcitys going pretty wild. Chance. Scuff play of the game. It's a big old run from Atlanta FaZe.
And honestly, this was the moment, right? Because even the hill before this, Seattle had, what, 140 points to about FaZe's 90. Then it was a nearly perfect P3 hole. But even on for this one, they ended up just losing the spawns, getting spawned over towards bank. And after that, like, it's pretty much a wrap. If you're a team not having success breaking into any of these hard points, you got to make sure you keep the spawns on lock. But see, as soon as FaZe starts spawning over towards the street, I mean, after this moment, they pretty much had their game just firmly in their hands. And FaZe is not a team likely to let that go, but efficiency towards the end. FaZe just a highlight reel of why they're so good at Moscow. I believe 7-1 now on the map.
Crazy stuff for them. This is a replay of them picking up that big win, and you can see the good feels here. Arcitys gets up straight away. The fist bumps are all out and about. Everyone's having a good time here without a shadow of a doubt for Atlanta FaZe. Brilliant stuff from them. 3-1 today. A quick look at the road to the major. They still have one opponent left before we get to Major 3 here in the Dallas home series. Chicago OpTic waiting in the wings. We will be seeing them go toe-to-toe very soon. But again, after that 3-2 loss to the Subliners, it has been, I don't want to say smooth sailing. I do not. It's game 5s back-to-back there for Atlanta. But for Seattle, Surge has been a very different affair. 0-3 to OpTic, and of course the Subliners, that was a 3-1. Their final opponent, London Royal Ravens. We'll see how they fare against them in this road to Stage 3's major. Again, it has been an unbelievable stage. I will take it every time, and Stage 3 has been the wildest so far. The Group B standings chance, we have a 3-way tie for first place. Lord, I mean, that's going to change. These teams have still got matches to play. How the hell do we resolve this? This is as tight as it gets.
And keep in mind, the match that we actually have, OpTic and FaZe, they have to play each other, and so do the Thieves and Subliners. So one of the teams at the top is guaranteed to end up with a 3-2 record. If OpTic beats FaZe, that would be a 3-way tie between the teams. I have no idea who wins the tiebreakers, but obviously that's OpTic's only path right now to get to the winner's bracket. I don't know who would get knocked down in that case, but it is a bloodbath. There are going to be tiebreakers upon tiebreakers, and talk about the fact that not just every series, but every single map is going to make a difference.
Every single map. So hey, talking about those 3-1s, not a good thing for the teams losing. 3-2s, bit better. You need the map count. You bit a map count, friends. This has been an exciting stage without a doubt, man. I mean, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm pumped for COD at home. Who thought it? We're playing from home. We're not doing LANs just yet, but it's still lit. We're still having a good time. We've still got one big series coming up later on today as well, man. I mean, we've got ourselves some Dallas, we've got some Florida. We're going to be having a good time here in the Call of Duty League. We hope wherever you are in the world, big hands, you're having a nice time as well. But yeah, this is a great day of games, mate. No doubt about it. We're getting ready to dive over course to our interview coming up soon. Not sure who it's going to be from Atlanta FaZe, but they're all fun to talk to, right? But Charles, how do you feel about the next series coming up, mate? Oh, actually, we're talking to aBeZy. He's probably my least favorite of all the FaZe players to talk to, but that's just personal preference. Bait, tell me about Dallas versus Florida. How are you feeling for that one?
Feeling pretty good. I think it'll be a little bit more closely contested than the series we had. Honestly, it's sort of like a mirror match, right? Both teams come off, make a roster change, and so far, somewhat mixed results. Florida 1-2 since they picked up Havoc. I think Dallas is going to be 1-1. Admittedly, some of the competition they've had to play against is incredibly tough, but it's both individual players that haven't quite found their form, and until they do, neither team is going to be winning tournaments, so we just get to see the practice coming through, the incremental improvements that the teams are going to make, and honestly, one of the better series to see exactly where these two teams stand.
Yeah, can't wait. Again, Florida's got a lot of life to them, and in Dallas, this new change with FeLo is going really well so far. And for those who are wondering, I can feel the pressure. The only reason I'm giving aBeZy some flack is because last time I played League Play, I came up against him, and he absolutely whooped my ass. I'm taking that one very personally, and I hope to come across him again. Vengeance. We're almost ready to get to that interview though, friends. Again, we hope you're enjoying the show, and it has been a wild day so far. Still plenty of Call of Duty to play for here. Yeah, Chance, it's been a fun one, brother. It's been a real fun one. Again, I'm not sure if we're ready to roll with the interview just yet. I think aBeZy's getting ready. But for now, mate, we're actually ready. We're getting ready. So we're going to throw this on to a quick commercial break. When we come back, it's our Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. aBeZy talking a lot about that big win over Seattle Surge. See you after the break.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by GameFuel. Use code CDL2021 for a special discount on GameFuel.com. Tournament audio and team listenings are powered by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is presented by Zenni, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armour your eyes with Zenni Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting zenni.com/gaming.
Hello everybody and welcome to your GameFuel Victory Spotlight. Joining me, I do have the wonderful aBeZy from Atlanta FaZe. aBeZy, first of all, man, I've got to ask you, the first hardpoint didn't quite go your way. I needed to know what was going through your heads as a team. What were you talking about after that first loss in order to try and pull out the win for the rest of the series?
Yeah, I mean, our APOG recently just, it's annoying because we're very, very good at it in scrims, and we just haven't been transitioning it over into matches, and it's very annoying that it's been going down like that, but, you know, we'll fix it.
Okay, I like that. I feel confident. We'll fix it. That's a good way to begin with it. And obviously, we've seen signs of you guys being that dominant team that we know and love right at the beginning of the season. So, what do you guys have to work on at the moment amongst yourselves to really start to be able to beat any team on any day?
Yeah, I think it really comes down to our communication right now. It's still been a little lackluster from map to map. You know, if we can hammer down on those mistakes in the communication, then I think we'll be fine.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Well, I'll tell you what, the next team that you're going to be facing is OpTic. I want to know, do you have a message for the Green Wall?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, it's all love to them. You know, we're just going to come out and play our game. You know, hopefully we can come out with a W.
I love that. aBeZy, I love the humbleness. Love it, man. Continue to strive for greatness with your team, and best of luck going into the major, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, there you have it. We've heard from aBeZy. Things seem to be pretty breezy for him, so he's feeling pretty confident. So I think Atlanta fans, don't you worry, they got this down. But something that is going to be going down is our next matchup: Empire versus Mutineers, coming your way after the break.
Do it. It'll be hilarious. Do it. Do it. It's fresh. Right. This is hilarious. Yeah, we didn't hear Chance and I plotting and scheming any fun stuff here, but here we go, friends. Oh, we have in the past, and we will again as we get now to our final series of the day. Dallas Empire taking on the Florida Mutineers, and this should be a fun one. Again, we're here at the Dallas home series. A beautiful shot there of Dallas, of downtown Dallas, where a 12,000 square foot facility is in there somewhere, where the boys from Dallas themselves will be playing. My name is Miles, his name is Chance, and we're very, very keen to get into this one. The last match of the day, the first one was a blinder. The next one should be fun. Chance, quick thoughts?
Quick thoughts? I mean, look, if you're trying to investing, you need to make sure you diversify your portfolio. I know crypto's been like big on everybody's minds, but like don't be afraid of the foreign markets, you know? Like get out there, try to learn a little bit more, Mas. It's good for the old bankroll.
Yeah, quick thoughts there from Chance. Again, quick thoughts can be anything you want here, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't specify. You got to pay attention at all times. But now, let's get straight into this series. Let's just go for it. We're diving in feet first to this one. They're our home series hosts, ladies and gentlemen, the Dallas Empire, and we cannot wait to get this series underway. For the Dallas Empire, again, FeLo, the latest addition to this squad. And I can't wait, brother. Let's meet the team. Shotzzy, Crim, iLLeY, FeLo. And with FeLo on the roster now, Crim's doing what he can to, to bolster up the team. iLLeY and Shotzzy running those subs, get themselves a little more comfortable day by day as a pair. But I do not doubt, Chance, this squad has got a high ceiling.
Miles, I also got thrown off by the fact that there was no video this time, but this is definitely not a team that was lacking in leadership, right? Like Crim has that in spades, obviously with the coaching staff as well. They just lack some unknown element that I don't know if anyone has quite figured out other than the Dallas Empire camp, right? The roster move they made, obviously one of the most criticized decisions we have seen in Call of Duty, but obviously the people that are working for the Dallas Empire camp, some of the finest minds in Call of Duty history. So I think it's about the development that we see from this team, the progress that they are able to make, and maybe see what kind of leadership that they have can make this team work.
Yes, those in-game decisions we're seeing from Dallas that are really making the difference. They're for opponents, though. Another squad that's made a bit of a recent change, and they're trying to find that form, trying to get those stormy seas all sweet and foamy so they can have a nice time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to meet the Florida Mutineers.
The dictionary defines redemption as the deliverance of persons or things from the possession and power of captors.
It is a 3-0 victory over the Florida Mutineers.
As the act of making something better. As the act of